Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to the Patriotic IAS platform. And again, we are going to analyze the Hindu, in a very holistic manner, where we will explore all the syllabus, focus area of the UPSC syllabus under the Hindu. This paper is the target point, and we will explore all the focus area. The 7 area you must be remember. And those 7 areas where we analyzed in the previous discussion for the approach of UPSC, that accounted for to 80 to 85 question out of 100 question from the UPSC previous year question paper. Before entering into the session, let me write the 7 focus area. We don't have to deviate from this 7 area. Always we have to focus 7 areas: history, polity, economics, and geography, then environment. If it is not visible, that's why I am also speaking all these words. These are the topic 5 core topic and 2 topic that is totally based on the current affairs. Those are the IR, international relation, and science and technology. These 7 topic will remain the focus area whenever we are going to analyze the Hindu. Let's start the first news. Again, the same news that remain in the public domain. This 8 Indian held in the Qatar, and they were now our Indian diplomacy has further trying to minimize the sentences they have got. So now we have already commuted from the death to the commuted. Commutation, these are the these commutation you must be also, you can recall this commutation you must have read in the polity as well. In the polity, the president has the pardoning power. So this is relevant for the polity. So that's why I have mentioned this article is relevant for the polity, international relation, as well as the word geography. Okay. First thing, the polity. Which area is related to the polity? Commutation. This is the this comes under the pardoning power of the president, and it comes under Article 72. Article 72, no, 72 for the president, and same pardoning power, but the some changes it has with the governor under Article 161. There are the 5 terms under this. The first is the pardon. Pardoning is absolute, complete absolve. Means declare that there is no conviction, and that particular person made eligible for every disqualification due to the sentence, death sentence, removed. For example, if I am convicted for the death, and I am disqualified for the contesting election or something, some disqualification is associated with the death sentence. After pardoning, I will be also eligible for the, not only I will be not hanged to the death, but also I will get those removal of those disqualifications, so I can contest further. So pardoning, first is the pardoning. So under Article 7, it has the pardoning power. Pardon. Commute. What means commute? Commutation. Commute means you do, the conviction is not removed absolutely, but the sentence is reduced to the lesser one. Means from death to the rigorous life sentence. So this is the reduction to the lesser sentence. Commute. Then there is the remission. Remission is associated with the reduction in the period. Period means if you are sentenced for the 18 years, if there will be the remission, you will be sentenced for the 14 years. So remission means reduction in the period without changing the character of the sentence. The character imprisonment will be continue, but the period from the 18 years, 14 years to the 10 years, 8 years, that will take place under this. Remission, then there is the reprieve. Reprieve means there is sometimes when you appeal, when a death sentence is given to you, and you appeal in the court for the pardon or to the president for the pardon or the court for the review of the judgment. In that case, your death sentence is the delayed for some time. So this is the reprieve is given to this. Is it clear what is the reprieve? And other one is the respite. Respite means it is a very special condition for some of the special situation faced by someone, like in the case of the pregnancy or some disability a person occurred after the sentencing. In that case, again there will be the lesser sentence under the respite. So I hope this is clear. So this is the political area for this topic. International relation, we can use this 2 point under the IR. Whenever the relationship of India comes with the West Asia, particularly the Qatar. So this information gives 2 points to write. The first one is that Qatar is a strong regional player and is a key supplier to the supplier of energy to India. And Qatar has been tested friend to the India. Second thing is that 7 lakh Indians are employed in this particular region. So a good source for the remittance to the India. So whenever you have to write your answer for the mains with respect to the India relation with the Qatar or the West Asia, you should mention. Remittance is always you should mention. One more thing is that particularly the remittance from this area is more as compared to the other developed world, because those who go to the developed world, they have always desire to live there. Means if they are going to the US, Canada, they always take the citizenship of that country. But those workers go to this Western Asian country, they always remain the citizens of India and they always send the remittance. So a large part of the remittance is always from Western Asian countries. One more thing that you should know, what is the consular access? Consular access means whenever I am in the foreign country and whenever I get sentenced. So consular access is that immediately there will be the information given to the consulate and embassy of my country, Indian country. So foreign nation who are arrested and detained be given notice without delay. Okay, so this is the particularly consular access. This is dealt with the Vienna Convention. So you should always remember that Vienna Convention comes whenever there is the foreign law applied to a person from the citizens of some other country convicted in some other or has done some crime or something in other country, and the law of that particular country will be applied, not if the person is convicted or done some crime in the Saudi Arabia, so the law of Saudi Arabia will apply under the Vienna Convention. We will further study. Court of secession means it is the highest court where the appeal is done. Okay. Appeal against the decision of the lower court. So this is the particularly related with the polity and international relation. We always know that we have to go for the word geography, location based. As we yesterday we analyzed that the 4 to 5 question UPSC is asking from this area, location based, means 8 to 10 marks. If the cutoff is 80-85 and you are getting 10 marks, this makes this topic very important, and you don't have to go. It's become natural when you follow the newspaper and always you locate the particular place and learn. So it's become natural, and whenever the question comes in the UPSC, that's strike to your mind. You don't need to memorize anything from that area. So always we will follow this this approach that whenever anything important comes and it is the location based, so we will locate in the word map. Today we will locate this Qatar. So just we should know, just keep in mind that what are the surrounding area to this particular location. Qatar is here. The capital of Qatar is the Doha. Okay. UAE is in the adjacent. So now we know that UAE is also in the news because of the 28th COP. Okay. This Qatar is just share boundary with the Saudi Arabia, not with the UAE or the any other countries, just with the Saudi Arabia and with the Persian Gulf. Just you have to know this thing. Strait of Hormuz is here, so you should know what is the strait. Strait is like the connecting two water bodies and separating two land body. So this is separating two land bodies and connecting this Gulf of Oman and Persian Gulf. Persia, Iran, just down the this. Already Yemen is in the news. Already we have studied the Bab al-Mandab is here. Okay, this thing already we are continuously observing. So this news totally related to that. Next news again from this Iran. Already we located Iran. Kerman city. We know that it is in the Iran. Qasem Soleimani belonged to the Iran and he was killed in the Iraq, and he was the hero to win those war against the IS in Syria and Iraq. Why there is always a rivalry between the Iran and US? This is mainly due to the this Islamic revolution. This is also known as the Iranian revolution. And this revolution, what happened? The government, particularly before this revolution, Iran was led by the government under the monarch that was the Muhammad Reza Pahlavi, and later the people movement took place under the leadership of the Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, and in this revolution they toppled this monarch and they created a theocratic government. What is meant by the theocratic government? Theocratic government means where is my pen? Theocratic government means government led by the government led by a religious leader. So you should know that whenever you have to give the example of the theocratic government, Iran is the example of the theocratic government. India is a secular government, a secular state and a secular government. Okay. So this before this revolution, this Muhammad Reza Pahlavi was the supporter of the US bloc. There was the two bloc under the Cold War. One was led by the US and Western country, and other led by the Russia, that is the USSR. So there was the tussle and the support change from the US to the Russia under the Ayatollah Khomeini. And after that, US became the particularly against the Iran and the supporter of the Saudi Arabia. There is internal rift between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Due to the Saudi Arabia is dominated by the Sunni Muslim community, Iran is dominated by the Shia community. So this friend, rival, there is that alignment took place. So you should know all this thing. This news, particularly with respect to the defamation case, you should know that defamation case comes with the limitation on the freedom of speech. So there is always a line after that. If you cross that, this becomes the defamation, and this is always, there is no definition that when the things become defamation and when it comes under the freedom of speech. So Article 19(1)(a) deals with the freedom of speech, and 19(1)(2) deals with the restriction and definition, and other things comes under that. Next news that is important, you should know that this Hathis communities, they have included under the ST list. So you must be knowing that this ST list is being done under the union government and the parliament, and the implementation is done by the state government. And before inclusion, the government always take the suggestion from the office of registrar general of India. And the controversy is due to the in the previous years, when suggestion was asked in 1995, 2006 and 2017, this registrar general of India always opposed to inclusion of Hathis of Himachal Pradesh into the ST communities, because this community is not defined. This include ST caste as well as SC caste, and also the upper caste. So there is the dilution. The particularly the Gujjar community that is already under this ST list, they are opposing. That is relevant for the UPSC, you can use this. Just you can use this for your essay or the society. Whenever it comes, you can give example under the social empowerment. Rasmi Shukla, now appointed as the Director General of the Police, and she is the first lady to be appointed on that post into the Maharashtra. Not that much effective, but yes, if you remember nothing, you can use one point. This particularly you can use whenever you are going to give example of the pollution due to the religious ceremony, and this is the particularly the ceremonies held into the Vijayawada, and under this ceremony there is the use of the robe, and this robe is discarded, and you can see the pile up, and this result into the choking of the rivers, water bodies. Also lot of things negativity create due to this. So whenever you are giving the region for the pollution and the solution, you should bring the religious ceremony. You can get this in the also other religious ceremony. This article is very important because it is very much related with the history, and it's bring the information with respect to the this Kadamba period, and also it is talking about the Chalukya period and Rashtrakuta. Rashtrakuta. Means we have found an inscription that is written in the Kannada and Sanskrit, and they belong to the Mahadevi temple at Kakoda, South Goa. So whenever you think about the Goa, beside your joyous imagination, there is also cultural value of this area of Goa. So whenever you go to Goa, you should also visit this Mahadev temple at the Kakoda, and you should also see this inscription that is found. And very less known about this Kadamba period, you should know something about that. So actually this Kadamba period that belong the ruler, this region, this kingdom belong from this region, Kadamba, okay, and they were fighting with the Pallava and Chalukya. Later the Chalukya win this area, and this Kadamba became under the feudatories under the Chalukya. So you should know that the most important ruler of who started the Kadamba dynasty. It was started by the Mayur Sarma. Mayur Sarma. Mayur Sarma, particularly in 350, something like that. They were contemporary to the latter Gupta period, and the most important ruler of this dynasty was Kakasthu Varma. Sarma and Varma. Okay, Kakasthu Mayur. So you should know this is sufficient, more than sufficient, if you know the region where they belong, who were the most important ruler. Later, particularly the main rule belong from the 350 to the 550. Later they become the subsidiary, particularly the feudatories of the Chalukya. They will become very small kingdom, and just working under the sovereignty of the Chalukyas. Second important thing you should know about the Chalukya. So Chalukya, when they belong, particularly their rule start after the end of the Gupta period, and they particularly again belong from the southern region and the Deccan region. But there was the huge fight between the Chalukya and Pallava, as we saw that Chalukya and Pallava, they were fighting with each other, and main fight was always between the this area, that was between the Doab. This is known as the Doab, between this Tungbhadra and Krishna river. One thing you should know, this between the Chalukya, and there was always rivalry, Chalukya and Pallavas. Any one of you, who is the most important ruler of the Chalukya? Pulkesin II. Pulkesin II and Pallava, he killed the most important ruler of this Pallava. Who was that? Mahendra Varman. Okay. Mahendra Varman, he killed and captured whole this area, but later the son of Mahendra Varman, whose name was Narasimha Varman, who killed later Pulkesin. So बाप का, बेटा का, दादा का, सबका बदला लेगा. तो Narasimha Varman killed this Pulkesin because Pulkesin killed his father Mahendra Varman, and he got the title of Vatapi Konda. Vatapi Konda. This is also known as the Vadami Konda, because Badami was the capital of this Pulkesin, Chalukya, and Konda means the conqueror. So he win and took the title of the Badami, and Vatapi is the same name for the same place. Okay. So this is sufficient for the Chalukya and the Pallava. You should further know about the Rashtrakutas. Okay. So Rashtrakuts, though it was started by the Danti Durg, particularly in the 1857, 757. This 57 is important. Okay. 1857, the revolt against the British, first revolt. Okay. So this Rashtkut this dynasty was started by the Danti Durg. So you should know the name. Danti Durg. Okay. Danti Durg in 757. Okay. And most important ruler, any one of you know the most important ruler of this Rashtkut? It was Krishna I. And why Krishna I is famous? Krishna I is famous for the construction of temple, Kailasnath temple, one of the most important temple of the medieval period, Kailasnath temple. What is the main feature, what is the salient uniqueness of this Kailasnath temple? It is a huge temple constructed in a single rock, monolith rock. So you can be surprised to see this temple. Let me show you. And this is in the Ellora cave. Okay, you should know the Ellora cave, Ajanta cave. This is particularly the temple. This is the rock cut. Look how beautifully this has been constructed. This was the single rock. This is the cave, and this is the temple. Such a huge temple constructed after cutting a single rock. Those who was architecture of this temple, he didn't believe that he has created such a beautiful temple. So Kailasnath temple you should remember. One more thing you should remember about the Rashtrakuta. Rashtrakuta are associated with the tripartite war. Tripartite war for the which? For the place known as the Kannauj. So where is the Kannauj? Kannauj is here. And they wanted, there were the three dynasty who wanted to control. Kannauj is at that particular time was like the Delhi in the Sultanate period or the Mughal period. Everyone wanted to capture the Delhi in the same manner. Kannauj was being captured by, because it was the fertile land between the Ganga and Yamuna. Pallavas, Rashtrakutas and Pratiharas. So there was the consequent rule by the, sometimes it was, this is the boundary has been always fluctuous. Sometimes they were mainly here, but sometimes they entered into their area when the Rashtrakuta strong ruler came to the power. Same was happening with the Pallava and Palas and Gurjar Pratiharas. So tripartite war was between three power, three dynasty, Palas of the Bengal, Rashtrakutas of the central India, and Gurjar Pratiharas. Pratihas, particularly we know the Pratihas of this western India. This is the information you should know. One more thing you should know about this Chalukya. Chalukya started particularly Vaishnava style of the temple construction. So what is the Vaishnava style? This is the mixture of the Nagara style and Dravidian style. Dravidian style is associated with the South India, and the Nagara style is associated with the North India, and the mixture of this Nagara style and this Vaishnava style is the Dravida style is the Vaishnava style. So you should know this style. We will read all this thing in a very detailed manner when we study the art and culture. This news is particularly associated with the GS paper 2 political parties in India. Generally, we think we used to study this. What is the criteria to be a national party or the state party? But if UPSC will want to make the paper difficult, they will go to the particularly rule for allocation of symbol for the registered on recognized political party. So now they have brought three changes. Particularly itself there was the rule that was declared in 2014. In the 2014 it was that they need the audited financial report accounts, annual account, but now they are asking for the furnished audited account of the last three financial years. Okay. And also they are asking for the expenditure of expenditure statement of last two elections, not the years, here you should know, and the signature of authorized office bearer. So this is very clear now. It was 2014 till now it was vague. Their latest organization details we don't know, but now they have made it clear and a bit very to the point what they needed, these 3 points. So you should use UPSC can give these three statements, and they can ask how many of the three are the needed to be allocation of symbols. Who are the unrecognized political party, registered unrecognized political party? Here it has been defined. So the first is that it should be the political party that has registered but not secured enough percentage of vote to become a state party. General election, okay. So there is the so many criteria. You should refer the any of the this book to know the state and political party and recognition as the national party. But this is very important. This second point, that or even that those that have never contested election after the being registered, even they are considered under the registered unrecognized political party. If the UPSC gives two options, you will be confused with this option. So you should be careful about that. One more thing is that they need to take under text that at least 5% of the state legislature assembly, 5% of the candidates, they will going to contest at the 5% of the seat. That means this 5% of the candidates with the regard to the state legislature election, state legislative election. You can also there is one important thing that I consider could be relevant for the prelims. This is the Directorate of State. So Mahua Moita is Mahua Moita has been in the news so much that there could be the question. So you should know particularly few major point with respect to the Directorate of State. The first is that it is associated with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay. The second thing is that it administered and managed the states of the Government of India. And the third thing, its main region is the National Capital Territory of New Delhi. Okay. It has 8 regional areas, and you should know out of 8 you can guess 3 metropolitan city except beside Delhi, that is the Chennai, Kolkata and Mumbai. Okay. They are also colonial commissionerate during this British rule, so this is common. 2 areas are nearby the Delhi, that is the Ghaziabad and the Faridabad. Even some part of the Ghaziabad and Faridabad comes under the NCR. 5. 3 could be a bit difficult. That is the Simla. Simla is also associated with the British. There, it was the uh, summer capital of British. Then the Nagpur, RSS. Oh no, RSS. No, Nagpur. Okay. And the third that you should know is Chandigarh. Okay, so this you cannot expect that much. Yeah, so that is sufficient. You should know that much. This news is also very important with respect to GS paper 3, and it is the part of universe and the sun. The study of sun and universe, we already have Adit L1, and it is in L1 orbit, and it will study the sun. Okay, particularly the sun's atmosphere. So where it is at the Lagrange point, Lagrangian point. What is the Lagrangian point? So this is the point. It is like the if it is phenomena in the two body system. Okay, two body always have some force that attract towards each other if there is a particle or a third body between the two body system, like the sun and earth or the other planetary system. So for example, you must have seen that if there is the magnets, so with one magnet, if there is iron, that will get attracted. But if there is if you will bring the two magnets and you will try to balance that particular iron, anything between that, there will be a point where that will be a balance, that particular iron, that both will be not able to attract towards them. Like that, there is the in the celestial body there is the point. So there are the 5 points between the sun and earth system, where the force of these two bodies cancel each other. The most important this point are the L1 and L2. So L2 already L2 is good for the observing the universe, but L1 is good to observe sun. Okay, so that's why we are sending this Aditya at the L1. Hope I am clear with this respect to the what is Lagrangian point. There are the 5 Lagrangian point where the earth and the sun cancel out each of those forces, particularly the centrifugal forces, to be more technical. And yeah, so what will do this Aditya? Aditya has so many payload. This L1 is also important because at this point there will be the particularly no impact of the eclipse. So even during the eclipse, we can observe the sun. And yeah, other thing is that it will study the sun's atmosphere, like the earth atmosphere. Or we have troposphere, and then stratosphere, then we have what? We have mesosphere, we have ionosphere. Like that, earth, sun has also layers like the photosphere, chromosphere, and this is the corona, that is the outermost layer of the sun. So this outermost layer of the sun, corona, there is a very mystery. Mystery is that this outermost corona has the highest temperature. So if you will see that the temperature at this chromosphere is around 5,500 centigrade, but that is at the corona, it is near about 10 lakh degree centigrade. 10 lakh degree centigrade. So uh, are you able to see that how much difference there is? Means generally what happens that if there is some thing is burning and if you are sitting here, so you will face more heat as compared to the person standing here. But in the case of sun, there is a mystery that sun's core is here, the source of energy is here. This photosphere, then chromosphere, this is photosphere, this is chromosphere, and this is corona. Corona, this is not the COVID-19 corona. This is the corona, the layer of a different corona. Okay, the layer of the sun. This layer is getting the highest temperature, 10 lakh. This layer is getting 5,500 centigrade, but outermost layer is getting 10 lakh degrees, 10 lakh. So there has no explanation till now that why there is so much uh, temperature, heat at this particular outer layer instead of the inner layer. One concept that has given is that due to the there is the magnetized plasma that comes from the core of the sun and along with the magnetic field of the sun, and they explode at the corona, and that's why energy distribute here, not inner side. So this is the concept. Now the Aditya Alvan will further give what is the main reason for that. So you should know this. You should know particularly the corona has the highest degree temperature, highest temperature in the surfaces, and L1 point, what is the Lagrangian point. So this could be, there is chance that UPSC can ask question. This article, particularly news, is associated with the Assisted Reproductive Technology Act 2021 and Surrogacy Act. So particularly, you should know what is the difference between the Assisted Reproductive Technology Act and what is the Surrogacy Act. They are related to each other. For example, actually this is particularly associated with the some infertility, either with the a couple, a male person or the female. But this has nothing to do with, particularly it is not necessary that this is only due to the infertility. Even both are the fertile, but they want they don't want to take this a discomfort of getting pregnancy, and in that condition they have a choice. In this case, assisted reproductive technology, particularly if there is one male, one female couple, and you know how the reproduction takes place. The sperms come from the male and eggs come from the female, and it's turned into the zygotes. They are zygotes. Okay. So in the case of the weaker egg or the weaker sperm, if the pregnancy is not taking place, in that case, a artificial way we try to fertilize their eggs and this sperm in laboratory with the technological method in artificial way, and that's turned into the zygotes, a healthy zygote, and again it was put back to the uterus of the female. This is the system. But here the female will remain the same. But in surrogacy, the third person, third woman will come. And this, despite if they are both healthy and they don't want to, this female don't want to get pregnant, and she want to avoid the discomfort or any reason. Even in this case, it could be the infertile women or the men. But both cases, even they both are the fertile, there is the choice. But here it is always the infertility. They don't have the healthy choice, so they go for this. So in the surrogacy, third person surrogate mother comes. This third who will just they could give their sperm and the egg, and that will be uterus of this third woman, and then it will be surrogacy. So India now, as per the Surrogacy Act in India, it is not commercial, it is altruistic. For example, like I was telling that there is no, not necessary that they are being infertile only then go for the surrogacy. Both, if think there are a superstar, male and female, and they don't want 9 months to spend or waste in the pregnancy activity, so they think that they will earn 9 crore rupees if they work in the film industry. And if both decide that I will give 10 lakhs to the other woman, she will be happy because she is poor, and just she conceive the child, baby uh, for the childbirth for the 9 months. So they will pay 10 lakh, whatever they pay, but they are going to earn 9 crore, and they are also avoiding the discomfort. So this will be the surrogacy. But now, as per the altruistic surrogacy, it shouldn't be on the paid basis. Money will be not paid to the surrogate mother. This should be the surrogate mother, the biological mother, two parents who zygotes and eggs, particularly eggs and the sperm will be taken. They will be the biological mother, where in the uterus, the third woman, uh, uh, where the this zygote will be inserted, that will be the surrogate mother. So you should know who are the biological mother, the third surrogate mother. She should be related with this couple as per the altruistic surrogacy, and money will be not transferred. This will be like the you are my relative, you are suffering something, some issue is there. Only in that case you can go for the surrogacy. It is not the choice that you are rich, you don't want to get discomfort. So this has been criticized that yes, this is curbing the privacy and liberty of the particularly male and female. And also there was criticism with respect to that it doesn't allow the unmarried single women or the to get surrogate. So these are the things that has been in the, particularly it has been remaining in the news. We will discuss separately surrogacy act in a very detailed manner under our society class lecture. Now, let's see what is on the editorial page. This is particularly again the with respect to the Adani Group and this Hindenburg report and Supreme Court observation. This is not that much relevant. So just it has been mentioned what was the main cause and particularly violation pertaining to the minimum public shareholding and related party transaction. That was the main issue. And already again we already have discussed this bomb blast case of Iran displaced Karman Qasem Soleimani. Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, and Red Sea. Already we have seen all this thing, so not relevant. This particular news article is associated with the civil society and their role, how they are getting impacted. So this is a critical view. So you can, when the critical analysis, the question comes on the critical analysis of state misuse of power are the curve on the NGO and the civil society. So you can use some of the point from the for the criticism, such as these 2 points you can use. You can mention this particular organization that were under attack from the government state side, and here it has been mentioned the secularism. So you should know the concept of secularism. What is the concept of secularism? There is two concept of secularism, but one is particularly major. There are a lot of concept of secularism, but one is the western concept. One western concept talk about the uh, wall of separation between state, this is the state, this is the religious group, religion, and there should be no interconnection between this. They should act independently. Neither state should interfere into the religion, nor religion should interfere into the state. This is the concept of secularism. In India, there is the in Indian concept, secularism means state will be there, and all religion will be there, and it will be the equidistance from the all religions. Means state will treat all religion, means Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, what will be there? State will treat them equally, and state can interfere in the religion, but religion cannot interfere into the state's work. So this concept you should know. This is very you should have the clarity. This Sarvadharm Sambhav, this concept of secularism is of the Mahatma Gandhi. So you should know, as per the Mahatma Gandhi, it was the concept of Sarvadharm Sambhav, that in India all the religion can exist in a very harmonious manner. That is the secularism of the concept of secularism as per the Mahatma Gandhi. I hope I am clear. Now this other point, critical view on the NGO. NGO को जो criticize किया जाता है, why they are state alleged NGO that they interfered into the development work, and also like they create misconception among the Adivasi, and that's why there are the movement and protest in the mining area. So NGO are criticized here. The critical view on the state curving the NGOs you can use. Recently, we have seen that many of the, due to this attack from the state, many of the NGO have changed their nature of the work, their stand. For example, this article has given one example. Greenpeace now, previously it was talking about the right-based mobilization. Now it is not talking about the right-based. They are only focusing on the environment. And even in the area where they are not creating hurdle with the government and state, they have also left the stand and the Adivasi rights. Now they are. How the state has grab more power. Particularly recently we have seen the amendment to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, and particularly in 2019 this change brought the more power with the enforcement director, and there has been the more source and other operation. Also, we have seen the change in the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010, and this is particularly done in 2010 previous government, as well as this government 2022 amendment has been brought, and the CBI has got more power with respect to this amendment. So now even the CBI can have the power to investigate in the case of any of the misappropriation by the NGO, or any act that is of the lethal impact on the state or the society. The thing is that even due to this amendment, the power has been so much with the state and these state bodies, organ of the state, like the CBI and the ED, is that even if the cases is imposed and even the person is not convicted. For example, if I was slapped with some of the case, and even I will be not convicted, but the process will be so tedious that in the 2 years, 3 years, I have to. It will be like the punishment. I will surrender again that much rigorous process. The change also has brought, with respect to the previously, there was no need for the renewal of this NGO under the 12A or the ATG that is provide the exemption from the tax with the respect to this NGO. So now they have to renew after the 5 years. So expenditure, the compliance with the NGO has increased. But as whenever you have to go for this renewable, the NGO have to pay for the CAs and such organization who are involved in that, and this cause extra burden on this NGO. So this is all about, you can use under this article GS paper 2, where the work of NGO has been mentioned in the syllabus and how they are doing. So all these things are done, and now it is becoming a lengthy, so we will further discuss this article in our next session. So here I will conclude my session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best.